I'll start with CYPE Architecture. As I said before, I already have the software running here in my computer. Okay, so at CYPE Architecture, we have some new objects, some new elements. Okay, remembering that CYPE Architecture has three tabs: Sketch, Architecture, and Furniture. Okay, and in all of them, we have options to create objects. For example, here in the Sketch tab, we have these options here to create objects, sketch objects. In the Architecture tab, we have some elements that are not actually objects, but they are also part of libraries. For example, the car parks that we have here, or even all the elements that are types of the project. For example, the ramps, the railings, the elevators, the landings, the roof tiles, the floor slabs. And then we have a third situation that is the Furniture tab, where we actually have a huge library or different options to introduce objects in our BIM model. Okay, uh, these parts here, furniture, home appliances, sanitary appliances, gardening, they were available in the software in the previous versions, okay? And also the catalogs, those products that are part of a catalog of a manufacturer, they were also available in the previous versions. And in this version, we increased the types, or we added more options of objects here, objects that are related to accessibility, okay, and also waste management, okay. So these blocks here, accessibility and waste management, they are now available since the version 2025D, okay. Just to show some examples of, about the objects that we have here. So the first option that we have here are the support bars. So these support bars, there are four different types here. For example, this one, okay? So it's quite easy to work with it, especially if you are using a 3D environment in this case, not just the 2D modeling. So it snaps the wall, as you can see. So I could introduce it by just putting in the wall like this. Okay, it's very easy to introduce it. Or there's another option that would be use a floor plan like this and introduce this element using this option that we have here. Let me just have more space here, force elevation, and add a displacement like, I don't know, let's imagine zero point 0.7, okay? And then I can do something like this and introduce it in a specific, with a specific displacement, okay? I personally prefer to work in 3D. I think it's easier to work, but it's up to you. Okay, so the first option that we have is this one, but then we also have other options like this one that we can also, for example, we can rotate, apply an angle if we need. We have the vertical version of this bar. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me come back here. So like this one, okay, and also this one that is very useful when we have some little stairs, okay, that we also can create these elements, okay. Of course, this is just an example. There is no sense to adding these elements here, okay. It's just to show you how it works, okay. Another option that is related to accessibility in bathrooms is the shower seat. So when we have a shower, we can add this element here, the shower seats. It works very similar to the first object that we saw. Okay, you just have to introduce these elements, snapping to an architectural element. So yeah, it's very easy to introduce. Um, some other elements that we have here are the platform lifts and also stair lifts, okay? Also here in the accessibility block. I'll create here a little stair here, or create some stairs here using this option of staircase span that we have here. So like this one, the stair core. Okay, I will just use here the default values that I have in this project, and let's just add here this elements here. Okay, just to have a nice example. It's a very simple model, but it's going to be enough to show to you what we have here. So coming back to the furniture tab, Here I will start with this one, the stair lift. Okay, the stair lift. There are three models of stair lifts. Okay, and they are also very easy to introduce. You select the type, okay? In this case, I have my orthogonality activated. I will deactivate it, okay? And I will use these insertion points as reference. For example, could be the middle of the chair, or could be this point of the chair. You can see that the position of my cursor, it changes according to the insertion point that I select. I'll get this one, and for example, I'll grab this point as reference, and now you can see that I can introduce the path of this chair. Okay, so I'll grab this one for example, and now I have my model introduced here. Okay, of course I could keep going and adding the other parts of the path of this stair lift. Okay, and to introduce the others, they are quite the same situation, or I could even select by changing the model like this. Okay, or adding this one like this. Okay, so it's, as you saw, it's very easy to introduce. And the fourth element that we have here are the platform lifts. So I can use, for example, a floor view like this, select the platform lift. Here I can define a level difference or draw it. Okay, so for example, I think here is not a good place. Let me see. Yeah, maybe, yeah. Let's try here. So I will introduce my lift somewhere like here. Okay, I can select the angle of this lift. I can use combine. I can also combine with the orthogonality, for example, and then I can use a 3D view or elevation view to select the height of my lift. Okay, for example, doing something like this. If I had my levels here, would be a little bit easier. And but it's, as you can see, I can easily introduce the elevator, the platform lift here, and then you have the model here. Okay, most of the situations actually these lifts they are not too high like this. Okay, this is just a very simple example to show how the software works. We are not actually thinking about in a to have a good project or a correct project. Okay, another new element that was introduced here, it's related to the waste management, as we said before. So here in the waste options, we have the container options, and there are three types of containers. Okay, so this little and let's say internal or containers for residences. So you just have to select the color or the type of the waste, for example, glass or paper. Okay, and also the size of these containers. This one is just 30 liters, but for example, this one we have more sizes, okay, like this one, or let's just change here the color, okay, and also this one that are for the streets, for example. I can add here the organic, the glass, and also the paper. Okay. What else we have here? Plastic. Okay. Ooh, how nice is this one? And also in different sizes. Okay, 600, 800, and 1,100 liters. Okay, so yeah, that can help you to complement your project, introducing also these elements. Um, especially on public spaces where in some situations this is mandatory. So here you have also these options. Okay. Uh, as I'm showing this new feature, there is another new feature that was implemented here at CYPE. That is not just for CYPE architecture, it's actually for all those applications where we introduce something and we have this little pink line that allows us to rotate the elements. Okay, so when we have this option from now on from the version 2025D, you can also just press your space bar in your keyboard, and the element will rotate 90 degrees, as you can see here. Actually, it's according to these options that we have here. When I press my space bar, I alternate from one of those four main positions, main angles that are available by default in this toolbar here. Okay, so now it's much easier to introduce elements. A new feature that is common to a lot of softwares from CYPE. Okay.